So, this video is originally going to be like 10 or 15 minutes of me talking about this, like, by myself mostly, with clips spliced in of the actual video that is coming out. But, first off, I have no time because my dad got sick, and that meant that I couldn't record any of the clips. He's still currently sick, but I'm just having to do this really fast while he is currently not around. I'm not sure where he is right now, but but yeah. This making this video has been a nightmare. Oh, I just need to get it out now. So yeah. The video.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. Is he strong? Listen, bud, he's got radioactive blood. Can he swing from a thread? Take a look overhead. Hey there goes the Spider-Man. In the chill of night, at the scene of a crime, like a streak of light, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Wealth and fame, he's ignored. Action is his reward to him. Life is a great big hang-up. Wherever there's a hang-up, you'll find a Spider-Man.
So, Token, this is a guy named Bill Maher, or however you pronounce it or anything. So, essentially, after Stan Lee died, this guy tweeted about it. And, essentially, he was saying that comic books are worthless and people who read them are idiots. And this is his response on his very own show after that tweet.
Okay.
Okay, so...
Help me, I'm being forced to do this against my will.
Alright, Frick. I need to first off...
And finally, to every person on social media who's asked me since November, Bill, what do you have to say about Stan Lee? And every paparazzi outside a restaurant who's still shouting at me, Bill, what about the Stan Lee thing? Okay, your day has come. Tonight's editorial is about Stan Lee.
So, first off, when was this video uploaded? Oh, it was uploaded like 3 months after Stan Lee died.
First off, that's a great freeze frame.
This is like, come on, let's give us a kiss.
Who, if you missed it, died in November. And a few days later, I posted a blog that was in no way an attack on Mr. Lee.
And so, first off, he says it's in no way an attack against Stan Lee. What's he about to say next?
But took the occasion of his death to express my dismay at people who think comic books are literature.
That's an attack on Stan Lee.
Not just Stan Lee, the whole comic book. So
No, because it's an attack on him because you're insulting his life's work.
yeah, I know, and I'm just saying not just Stan Lee, it's everyone who works on comics.
Yeah, you're insulting friggin' so many goddamn people, like, friggin'...
Young me, because I used to make comics.
You're insulting me, even, because, friggin', showed on screen me from the future, I have made comic books in the past.
That's the sound of it appearing on screen.
Okay.
Dismay at people who think comic books are literature and superhero movies are great cinema.
Oh, yeah, superhero movies are totally horrible cinema. I mean, it's not like they're thought-provoking and have good messages and make you think about your life and your actions, make you
And make
question
millions of
your
dollars.
morality. They make you question your morality. Friggin'.
In general are stuck in an everlasting childhood.
So, we can't really comment on that because we are currently in our childhoods.
Also, what's wrong with the childhood?
Yeah, like, friggin', there's this one clip from classic Doctor Who of the Fourth Doctor saying, friggin', if you can't act childish sometimes, then what's the point of anything? And friggin' I agree with that.
I don't want to be a dumb man child and just in this
Marvel
course.
universe is like boasting that your mother still pins your mittens to your sleeves.
Okay, no. Knowing all about the Marvel Universe is something that you don't have to do. Just something that some people like to do.
You have to at least have an IQ of 3 million.
You have to have an IQ of 3 million to watch MCU films. And you have to be especially smart to watch Thor the Dark World.
And you have to know everything about Rick and Morty too.
Okay, so first off, has this guy even seen Captain America: The Winter Soldier? An extremely big political thriller all about the U.S. government being dismantled from the inside. Is that child stuff?
Seen that movie.
Yeah, but is that child stuff? Is that something?
Especially in Titans when Robin says "frick Batman," is that
And-
child stuff?
There are so many R-rated friggin' superhero films, and like friggin' hell.
Like Batman in Dead by 8.
Why is this person laughing? Why is this person laughing?
Also, I'm pretty sure Scooby Doo meets Batman was also R-rated.
You can, if you want, like the exact same things you liked when you were 10. But
Yeah, of course you can, because those things have a lasting effect on you. They have more of an effect than something that came out when you were 35. Because you've experienced them for a long friggin' time, like, friggin', yeah.
But if you do, you need to grow up. That was the point of my blog.
You need to grow up. Okay, let's look up this guy. Alright, let's go to... Look at that cocky pose. Look at it. Does this look like a man? Does this look like an adult human being?
Wait a minute, that's Infinite's pose from Sonic Forces.
I'm not glad Stan Lee is dead. I'm sad you're alive.
That's just another way of saying that, that you're glad that Stanley's dead because he made all those people happy.
My feelings.
Yeah, but although that was actually a legitimately good joke, that would have been good if it were a face saying that, and not an ass attached
If it
to
was
a head.
floating face that appeared out of thin air, yeah, I'd be laughing.
Why are you laughing? Friggin' hell.
By the way, if someone says you're being childish and you react by throwing a tantrum,
You're reacting by throwing a tantrum. You're just disguising it well. Like, seriously, a grown person does not do this. A grown person does not go...
person, yes.
A grown human being does not go on a news show and insult millions upon billions of people that love something this much. No one does that. Like, I don't friggin' like anime, but I don't go on a news show saying, oh, if you like anime, then you're a weeaboo.
Is it weird that I was just about to mention, like, yeah, because you totally go on a talk show and yell that you don't like anime. I'm serious.
you're not Iron Man.
Of course you're not. You look up to Iron Man because he's a genius. You want to become... You want to become a genius. Like, he starts out as a jerk, but then he becomes, like, this great guy that you learn to be like, oh yeah, he isn't so bad.
Yeah, just like that time when he manipulated Spider-Man into unmasking himself in front of millions.
Okay, that was a bad moment for him. And...
Walkingmojo.com, top 10 best things Iron Man has done. Number 10.
Also,
He said-
that freeze frame right there, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that freeze frame and put it on thumbnail. Okay.
Cool. Imagine if he responds to your video.
Wait, what?
Iron Man.
Iron Man laughing.
Irony, man.
Freaking, you're irony man? What?
You're
Do
irony.
you understand what irony means?
It means you're made out of iron.
Well, you can't hear me either because I don't exist.
Oh, well, that's a disgrace. Oh, wait, why am I in a room at the prison?
Let me tell you.
Oh, why am I wearing a straight jacket?
Irony, man. Well, let me tell you, people were pissed about this post. I wasn't even aware that I
Well, no duh.
ruffled so many capes.
No, ruffled so many capes. You can't ruffle a cape. You ruffle feathers.
You really dust my doilies.
That really dusts my doilies.
Was it worth it? No.
No. And plus, he doesn't even bring up like Marvel TV shows and video games because those are like the most mature, well-written parts of like, well, not well-written most of the time, like mature parts of Marvel. Like, you got friggin' Daredevil. It's like no child in their right mind would watch that. You would get scarred for life if you watched that as like a 2-year-old.
Only and I watched it as a 2-year-old because I'm a time traveler.
Wait, what? What? You haven't even seen Daredevil.
Bing, bonk, bing.
And no one in their right mind would let anyone see the friggin' movie Daredevil because that movie friggin' sucks.
And it stars Ben Affleck.
It starts Batfleck.
Yes, and then he screams.
1,000 Twitter followers unfollowed me like that.
Well, no, duh. You insulted them. You insulted them and one of their favorite creators of all time. No doubt, people legitimately, people who didn't know Stan Lee took Stan Lee's death hard because he made them the way they are today. You don't insult people like that.
To which I say, good riddance, follow Yogi Bear.
Who likes Yogi Bear?
Why are there 40,000 people following me?
He's just pointing to the air.
Taking a shot when no shots are necessary.
Oh, he did a no word.
Oh no, you're gonna have to censor it, otherwise YouTube will be
I'm
out
not
of
going
your
to.
Pizza.
I can't get demonetized because I don't have monetization. Dab.
You'll get deaded.
Except again, my shot wasn't at Stan Lee. It was at, grown men who still dress like kids.
He's one of the most influential people in comics right now. And you're insulting him. Just because he wears a football jersey. And not is it football? I don't know friggin' sports.
What do we look like? Athletes?
And plus, you shouldn't even be friggin' insulting us. You should be friggin' insulting, like, bronies or weeaboos. We're not the worst fan base.
Frickin' insult the Undertale fan base.
Yeah, have you seen that fan base?
I'm so
Also-
sorry to anyone who's watching this.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm sure Undertale's a great game, and I'm sure you're a great person. Okay, I'm not sure about that. But friggin' I don't care. I don't care about your feelings. He doesn't care about your feelings.
19.
One comment said that Stan Lee has inspired children to believe in something bigger than them.
Well, no crap. No crap, Sherlock.
No ship, Sherlock. Remember
No
that in
sugar, Sherlock.
Holmes?
Oh my gosh.
That was in the trailer, but then it just got cut from all the. It
Yeah.
got cut from the movie.
If Stanley didn't create the Fantastic Four, so many things wouldn't have been made. Some people go into jobs that they wouldn't have if comics didn't exist because of comics, because they wanted to be like the characters, not have superheroes and not have like superpowers and stuff, but make a difference in other people's lives. It's like, you aren't inspiring people to do that.
And then added, congrats, you're a on the same level that Ann Coulter is a
Okay, I'm definitely censoring that word. I'm definitely censoring that word. That is a definite no-no word.
Boy, did you pick the wrong night to tune in.
That's funny, I guess.
Does he think that any of his jokes are funny? Like, this is just... I've heard that laugh before. It is a laugh track. No one... I can guarantee no one in that studio is laughing. Except for the people
would
right
love-
next to him.
The unedited version is just silence. Just...
Also, look at that freeze frame! It's just like, he looks even older than he actually is.
Other people tweeted things like, I learned about social justice and rape.
Okay, if you learn about social justice, then, go commit die. Because social justice warriors are terrible people.
Social justice warriors. It's right on your video.
Like, friggin' social justice warriors can be a good thing, but they're not.
It's weird.
What?
So, Freckle.
Frickle your pickle?
One sec, I just need to go get the bleach.
Friggin' dude. Also, what is that screenshot you put on screen, dude? Like, friggin'.
Read James Baldwin.
That is a laugh track.
Read Michael Eric Dyson.
I'm sure that they've writ horrible. Writ? What? I'm sure that they've wrote. What? Can't speak.
I'm sure they will.
I'm sure that they've written horrible books that you love. Okay, they've probably written amazing books, but I can't. I just simply can't do any research.
Even a book as dumb as the Bible gets this.
Oh yeah, he said the Bible is dumb. Yes, yes, we did it. Twitter and not Twitter. We did it. Reddit.
That's gonna dust some people's doilies.
He said the Bible is dumb. Yes. Thank you. Finally, something I can agree with you on.
When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
That's a stupid mentality. Because if you put away childish things, then you basically need to recreate yourself. When you're a child, it's like, you're basically like, okay, let me just use this one analogy. You're essentially like an uncooked turkey or chicken or whatever you want to say.
Please
And-
don't cook me.
And when you become 18, you essentially get taken out of the oven and you're fully cooked. Bam.
Don't eat me.
So, if you were the turkey and you're like, oh, then I need to throw away all of this warmness and all of the stuff that they used to prepare me and make me tasty and delicious, then to become a real man. That analogy probably sucked, but I don't care.
Including my
Wait, so the turkey was in the oven for 18 years. And finally got
Well, that's how long it takes to cook. That's how long it takes to cook. That's how long it takes to cook a turkey. Ding dong ling long. I'm Krusty the Crown. Krusty the Crown? What?
Krusty the Crown.
I need to Photoshop Krusty's face on a crown.
man, I put away childish things, including my X-Men bed sheets.
Well, I have Star Wars bed sheets. You gonna insult those?
I have Bidoof bed sheets.
I would love to see that. You need to buy something like that.
Please, someone make this.
Also, if you're saying that Marvel movies aren't good cinema, then have you seen Logan? One of... No, I'm talking to him.
I know, but I have not.
Yeah, I haven't either, but I know based off of the reception of that, that is a very well-written, well-acted, well-made film. Freaking... Children aren't the ones going to see these movies. It's teenagers and adults, because there's a reason they put PG-13 on there. It's recommended that you're 13, although I was 8 when I first saw the Avengers. So, not a good example.
When I saw Avengers.
Ha!
Not pretending that the writing in comic books is so good.
For a lot of them, yeah, sure. You could say that a lot of them don't have good writing. But then you have other comic books that aren't superhero comic books. Like, there are a lot of other types of comic books.
Like Japanese manga.
Now that's a whole different issue. If you like those, you're just a weeb. If you like superhero comic books, you're a horrible person. If you like superhero comics, you're a horrible person. If you like manga, you're a weeb.
Wait, so I like the Zelda mangas. Does that mean I'm a weeb?
I like the Pokemon mangas. Of course, I'm not a weeb.
You traitor!
Freaking... Dude, it's just...
Oh, please. Every superhero movie's the same thing.
Oh yeah, because Thor Ragnarok and friggin' Captain America: The Winter Soldier are this. Oh, okay. Let's have two films that you've actually seen. Friggin' Avengers: Infinity War and Spider-Man: Homecoming. Spider-Man: Homecoming and Avengers: Infinity War are the same friggin' film.
I mean, there's a
Because
superhero, they fight the superhero.
there's a glowing purple thing.
There's Patrick Star.
Spider-Man and Iron Man are in it. I guess that's a close enough similarity. Like, they have a similar structure. They're not the same friggin' film. This is the same friggin' thing that PewDiePie said.
He said meme with you. Haha, funny.
Not all all Marvel films are slightly different in their own way, and that makes them enjoyable in different ways.
A person who doesn't have powers gets them, has to figure out how they work, and then has to find
Not
the
really.
glowy thing.
So, for this point, I just wanted to kindly go through every single MCU film I own, which is all of them. So, and I'm only doing MCU movies. Because if I did every superhero movie I own, we'd be here forever. So, Ant-Man and the Wasp, is there a glowy thing? No, there isn't. There's a person, not a glowy thing. What about Avengers: Infinity War? Yeah, it has 6 glowy things, but no one gets powers. Black Panther, no glowy thing, and no one gets power. Well, actually, people do get powers. Thor Ragnarok, no glowy thing, no powers. Spider-Man: Homecoming, there is a glowy thing, but the hero already has it. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, no glowy thing, no powers. Doctor Strange, there is a glowy thing, the hero already owns it, and they get powers, so it technically works. Civil War, nope. Ant-Man, you really think? Age of Ultron, seriously? Guardians of the Galaxy, this one does actually kind of work, until you realize that nobody gets powers. Captain America: Winter Soldier, no powers. Thor: The Dark World, no one gets powers. Iron Man 3, no one gets powers. Avengers, no one gets powers. Captain America, kind of works. Thor, no, it doesn't really work. Iron Man 2, nope. Iron Man 1, nope. Oh, and I don't actually own Incredible Hulk. That's the only superhero movie I don't own of the MCU. This would be a lot longer if I went into the other categories of superhero films that I own. Oh yeah, and Captain America friggin' Civil War is about that.
Spider-Man: Homecoming is about that.
Well, yeah, well, he doesn't get powers in that film. He already has them. Captain America vs.
Batman
Avenger is
meets-
kind of like that, but Captain America doesn't technically have superpowers.
Scooby-Doo meets Batman doesn't have that.
Stop bringing up that as an example!
It's my favorite movie, though. And people said Infinity War was the greatest crossover of all time.
Now he's bringing in Justice League into this? That's not a Marvel property! Okay, now we're bringing in DC stuff into this ring.
So now it's the perfect time for me to introduce my review to Scooby-Doo meets Batman.
You need to make that a video! You need to do that!
Why Scooby-Doo meets Batman is the single greatest movie of all time.
Yes.
Justice League, glowy thing.
Oh yeah, because that's a glowy thing, and people get powers in that film. No, they don't. People don't get powers in that film. They already have powers. And the mother boxes aren't glowy things. They're boxes that have some elements that glow.
So it's still a glowy thing.
Glowy thing.
Glowy thing.
Justice League, glowy thing. Iron Man, glowy.
Oh yeah, because it's not like he has that in his chest for 90% of the film.
And also, he gets it removed, so...
Yeah,
Not in that movie, but just...
yeah, he gets it removed. I mean, the villain has to get the glowy thing. Iron Man already has the glowy thing. It's the villain who needs the glowy thing to power the robot suit. There's nothing about a glowy thing in that film besides that.
Thing. Spider-Man, glowy thing.
Except the thing is, he already has that. And
And that's a bomb. And he doesn't need that for the final battle.
yeah, he doesn't need that in the final battle.
Captain America, glowy thing.
Yeah, the thing is, that's being used as weapons, for weapons. So Captain America needs to destroy it, not obtain it.
So I haven't seen the first Captain America.
Yeah, from...
Glowy thing, glowy thing, glowy thing.
Oh yeah, because Doctor Strange totally isn't about protecting a glowy thing and not obtaining it. Kryptonite... Don't use kryptonite as an example, because the villain needs to obtain it to kill the hero. And the Power Stone can destroy a planet. Yeah, the Power Stone works for this example, but no one gets powers in that film. So, you can't really use that as an example still. Why are people clapping?
No, this is a laugh track. I've heard this laugh track before.
Yeah,
And again, there's nothing wrong with a man writing comic books.
yeah, you're just contradicting yourself right now.
Yeah, you said
It-
that.
You're going on about how comic books are so horrible and ruining children and making them into beard and like
he
neck
said
beards.
He said that adults can't let go of their childhood, and
Yeah.
now he's saying that it's okay for them to write it.
There is something wrong with adults thinking they're profound.
If adults think that they're profound, then they're profound to them. You don't have to like them. You just have to acknowledge that they do.
The folks at Stan's company, Team Stan.
So, as an example, my dad loved comic books when he was a child. He still loves them to this day. And he still keeps all of his old comic books. And friggin' he is like, he doesn't let that get in the way of his life. Does him owning comic books and loving comic books get in the way of his job being a scientist? No, it doesn't.
I just like humble brag. Oh, that's humble brag for them. So.
It's an example, not a humble brag.
I know, but I'm joking.
Yeah, I know.
Wrote an open letter to me and said, "You have a right to your opinion that comics are childish."
Yeah,
and
you do.
sophisticated." Many said the same about Dickens, Steinbeck, Melville, and even Shakespeare.
Yeah.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, people did! Yeah, okay, Vincent van Gogh. People hated him when he was friggin' making paintings. They only became valuable after he died. People only realized that they were good after he died. Freaking what? Like, all those people were criticized when they were alive, or possibly still are alive. I'm not sure. I don't do research.
Oh yeah, because Shakespeare's still alive. I seen him
I'm
on the
talking.
street recently.
I'm talking about the 3 names above him. I don't know who Steinbeck and Melville are.
I'm tired.
No one ever said that. No one ever
Yes, people criticized them. Oh my god.
said King Lear or Moby Dick was childish and unsophisticated.
Oh, he's talking about Charles Dickens. Oh. So yeah, he was criticized.
If you ever read a book without pictures, you'd know that.
Okay, maybe I should get Moose for this, because I don't read many normal books or even comic books. I just don't read a lot.
Yeah.
I might want to get Moose for this.
So you ditch your meat for Moose, that's nice.
No, I want your opinion on, like, the movie stuff and all that stuff. I'm more familiar with the movies.
So, the only reason that I'm here is so you can steal my jokes.
Yes. And splice in clips from this.
Well, okay.
He just leans back like... What? Who's that? Why are you cutting to him? Why are you cutting to him? These people are dying on the inside. I can tell. They don't agree with anything he says.
Shakespeare should write you an open letter. Yes, Howard the Duck, Hamlet, same diff.
No.
No.
But,
Also, have you heard of a character named Jessica Jones, dude? Like, I'm talking to him, not you. Nay.
you know what I would say? I'd say I've only heard of Donald Duck, my favorite Marvel villain.
Donald Duck is the best Marvel superhero.
Sora, Donald's turned into an MCU villain. Sounds like the Tasmanian devil of...
Yes, Howard the Duck, Hamlet, same diff. To thine own self be true, meet Hulk smash.
Yeah, because comparing one thing that is... I mean, one thing to another thing is totally great. It's not like there's a YouTube channel called CinemaSins that does that a lot, and they get criticized for that, like, a million times over. Like, comparing one thing to another thing that's not remotely the same is never a good thing. Like, you never do that. You should never do that.
Comics are for kids. That's why they sell them next to
Nope.
Pokemon cards and not on...
He just committed a cardinal sin. He called Pokemon Pokemon.
Pokemon, my favorite.
That broke me.
Say
That right there just broke me.
Comics are for kids. That's why they sell them next to the Pokemon.
Also,
Remember that time in the comics when freaking we learned that Dr. Octavius switched bodies with Peter Parker. So Dr. Octavius was in Peter Parker's body while Peter Parker was in a dying Doc Ock body. Yeah, that's kids.
yeah, and then Doc Ock learned a life lesson by accessing Peter's memories, and then was like,
And then
oh, I'm just gonna beat him by becoming a better him.
And do you remember that time when Tony Stark sent Hulk to another planet, and then the spaceport that Hulk was on blew up and killed his entire family, and then he went to Earth to kill everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for kids.
Yeah. Oh, and remember that time when multiverses were smashing together, destroying the entire multiverse, and then they had to commit horrible acts just to save their own universe.
Now, do you remember that time when every single Marvel hero turned into a zombie?
I remember that time that when Deadpool killed every single superhero and supervillain in the universe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kids stuff.
When Kraven the Hunter killed Peter Parker and then became Spider-Man?
No, he didn't kill him. He buried him alive. That's worse.
Yeah, same whole, different pizza.
Friggin', let me get an example. I don't have any examples right next to me. Also, remember that one time when Captain America aged into an old man and then couldn't become Captain America anymore?
Oh, yeah.
Comics are for kids. That's why they sell them next to the Pokemon cards. I'm sorry, but if you're an adult playing with superhero dolls...
Adults don't play with superhero dolls. Oh, at least most adults. 50% of adults.
Tell that to the Barbie fan base. Fan base.
I'm talking about the Marvel fans.
I know, but I don't know.
Also, frick you, Barbie! Woo!
I'm a Barbie in the Toad World!
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I mean collectible action figures.
Yeah, people don't play with collectible action figures, which is kind of more stupid when you think about it.
Them.
Yeah, which is kind of more stupid when you think about it because they're meant for playing with.
Why not go all the way and drive to work on a big wheel?
What if I want to? What if I want to drive to work on a big wheel? I'm just gonna go buy a big wheel and drive it to work because why not? You don't,
Yeah, why
friend. Is it the stupidest thing ever? No, people can do that if they want to. People can do that, and you can't stop them, can you? Are you gonna make a no big wheels to? I mean, no people can drive big wheels to work law?
Grown-ups these days, they cling so desperately to their childhood that when they do attempt to act their age, they have a special word for it now. Adulting.
Adulting isn't a real word.
And also, what's wrong with being a man-child?
Okay, there are a lot of things wrong with being a man-child, because you can potentially become a neckbeard.
No, I don't mean like that. I mean just like,
I know.
you know.
I know. Yeah, like, there's nothing wrong with being someone who loves comics, video games, toys, all that stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. You can do that if
Like
you
stuff
want.
that's quotes meant for kids.
Yeah, like,
Like Pokemon.
no, you
Pokemon,
said
I
it.
mean.
Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon.
Look at me. I just made my own eye appointment. Hashtag adulting.
First off, they're saying that ironically.
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
They're saying that completely ironically. Like, no one says that unironically. And do you even see the picture? They're intentionally going like,
Eating vegetables. Adulting.
That's definitely that's definitely ironic.
That's definitely not ironic. It's totally
Yeah,
real.
definitely.
It's totally something that someone would actually do.
Today I wiped my own ass. I guess I'm turning into my dad.
I did. I wiped my own ass today. Does that make me an adult?
Marriages have been destroyed because the
Okay, that's first off, that's Fortnite. Second off, that's video games. And third off, that's not comic books and movies.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, like, no reasonable person would and these are very rare cases. that are
Also,
blown out of
they have
proportions.
caused 200 divorces this year alone.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Someone sue Fortnite for that. Someone sue Fortnite for that.
Do you remember when someone tried to sue Bethesda because they got addicted to Fallout 4?
Like, these are things that a very small amount of people do. No reasonable person would do this.
The husbands, adult men, can't stop playing.
Are you forgetting that women do this stuff too? Granted,
Yeah,
less
yeah,
women.
Remember Bully Hunters?
Yeah, Bully Hunters was
This is
women.
all about.
The Bully Hunters were women.
Video games. When your wife wants to have sex and you can't come to bed because you're about to level up in Fortnite, don't be surprised when your relationship does this.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. Is he strong? Listen, bud, he's got radioactive